Birbal's wisdom was unmatched in that era. Because of this, his fame had reached far and wide. Many kings and their ministers would want to test his wisdom. One day, one such learned man named Volub came from the neighboring kingdom of Vidarbha. He was the most brilliant man in the court of the king in Vidarbha. He wanted to test if the fame of Birbal was deserved, or whether others were simply creating stories out of thin air. To test Birbal, Volub came up with a question he thought could not be answered. When Birbal came to the court on the request of Akbar, he met Volub. After the normal greeting and exchange of gifts was done, Birbal asked him the purpose for his visit. "My king wanted to see if the emperor's minister is smart as others say. If you could answer my question, I would be able to report back to my king." Birbal smiled at these words of Volub. "What is the question, O learned one?" Birbal inquired. "My king wants to know the exact numbers of crows in the kingdom of Emperor Akbar." "Can you tell me the number of crows in your kingdom, O wise Birbal?" Birbal was stunned at the question. No one could have expected such a question. How can one count the number of crows? All the ministers and courtiers started murmuring among themselves. Emperor Akbar got visibly angry and was about to shout on Volub when he heard Birbal say something. "Sure, I can answer the question. Just give me 1 day's time. Tomorrow at this exact time, I will answer your question." Birbal smiled, praised the emperor, and left with his permission. The next day, Birbal arrived at the designated time and stood in the middle of the court. Volub was waiting for him. "So, wise Birbal, do you have the answer to my question?" Volub was sure there was no way Birbal counted the total number of crows in the whole kingdom. Birbal smiled and replied, "O learned Volub, there are a total of 353,871 crows in the kingdom of the great Emperor Akbar." Volub was stunned at this number. "How can you be so sure, Birbal? What if we count the number, and there are more crows in the kingdom?" Volub asked Birbal. "Then, some crows may have flown into our kingdom from the neighboring states," Birbal replied. A stunned Volub found that he had no reply to this answer. "What if the number of crows is lesser?" Volub asked. "Then it means some crows from our kingdom went to other kingdoms, maybe to visit their friends and family staying in those regions." The whole courtroom burst in laughter, and Emperor Akbar couldn't stop himself from praising Birbal again and again. An embarrassed Volub said, "You are telling a lie, Birbal. No one could have counted the number of crows in 1 day." Birbal replied again with a smile, "If you are unsatisfied, you can count the crows yourself. Let's see if your numbers are different. But remember, in the time it takes you to count the crows, many crows would have given birth, and many would have died. How would we know?" Volub understood how wise Birbal was. He accepted his defeat and went back to his kingdom. Thank you.